Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Chris, David, Max, Greasy. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? CPI day. How do I sound? Am I too loud? Am I good? Is it breaking up? Because I've been messing with my sound settings and I don't know. I recorded it and played it back and it sounded okay, but then, of course, I don't know if live it sounds different or not. So, hopefully it's not bad. I need to mark my 8:30 opening price and my midnight here real quick. I have a pretty good framework for today, so hopefully it plays out. All right. Let's get to it. The weekly chart, as I mentioned on Monday, we had this big volume imbalance, and we traded up through it, right? And, we opened down here. We made this low. We've traded up through it. Now we made this high up here, so it's Wednesday. We'll see if we can keep expanding up or not. And then on the daily, we're back in this ugliness, this ugly range that we were trying to get out of here. Like, hate that we're back in it, but we are. So, yesterday, pre-CPI day, look at the body. Man, almost no body. Wick down, wick up, almost no body. This volume imbalance, I removed it because we've already traded through it a bunch of times, but it's still here. So, like, if I put that volume imbalance there, right there, you can see the bodies are still not closing above it, but, I got to remember it's there. My daily high, daily low. And let's see if we're going to continue to try to make our way up into this daily volume imbalance or not. Why is this way? There we go. We'll see if we try to make, we've already traded through it, but we'll see if we try to get up through it. But this weekly volume imbalance up there, we never have. But I'm not really looking at it like that right now. I'm back to being neutral because we came way down here and immediately came right back into this nasty zone that we've been in, right around 25,000. I mean, it's been ugly. So, of course, I got to refer to my lower time frames. So the 4 hour, there's not much except for down here. We have this little BISI, fair value gap here. And the reason why I marked that is because we haven't came back down to it yet. We've been expanding up, and we did pull back here, but we haven't come down to this 4 hour fair value gap yet. And then up here, we did touch this one. So I had those marked, kind of a resistance and support area. And then on the 1 hour, just marking up these higher time frame areas. We have this big BISI here that we've been trading in the upper half of. I don't really have too much, on the long side that I'm looking at, but the 15-minute, of course, my beautiful 15-minute, I have what I'm looking at. If I zoom into this area, we still have this sell side liquidity here that I was looking at. Relative equal lows right there, right here. So that's going to be my sell side liquidity at 892. And that's right at the upper area of that 1 hour BISI. So we'll see. And then right now I'll just have this high that we made with CPI as my buy side liquidity at 058. I don't really have too much else to the long side. So we'll just see if the market wants to be bearish or bullish. If it's going to be bullish, then I'm looking at potentially an open and take out this sell side liquidity, maybe previous day low, and then move up. Or if we're going to be bearish, we're going to open, take this buy side liquidity, and maybe we make it up to midnight opening price, and then down here to this sell side. Either way, I'm looking at this 892 for getting hit. So we'll see. The market's open now, and it looks like we're going to push up first. So we'll see how high we get. And then, of course, I got to shift my bias if we just keep running. But for now, since we open and we're moving up, I want to see where's the draw and if we're going to potentially come down and take that 892. Until that 892 is taken, though, I'm going to be aiming for it for a while because I really like that 8. That's too, like, obvious. If I look at this low, that's 892. This low right here, 892.25. This low right here, 895.75. I mean, there's a lot of sell-side liquidity there. So now looking here at the 5-minute. Let's check for the opening range gap real quick. Do we not have one? Oops. Huh. I guess we don't have one. Haven't. Dang. We have a little bitty opening range gap here. I haven't seen, it's just really like a little volume bounce. I haven't seen that in a long time. Morning, y'all. Morning, Benton. Will. Greasy. How y'all doing? Man. That's interesting. All right, so let's see what we do here. How's everybody doing? Did y'all trade yesterday? Anybody trade yesterday? So you know how I told y'all, like, pre-CPI, pre-NFP days, I don't, those are like my no trade days, but I will look, and that's why I streamed that last time, because I'm like, oh, I'll look. Normally, like, if I'm not streaming, I'll look. If framework is really solid, I'll take a trade. And if not, then I'll just know pretty quick and I'll hop off. So I did that yesterday, and yeah, it didn't go well. But I lost on a winning trade. So I took a trade, and I got another really bad fill on my Rhythmic accounts, my PA accounts. My live account made money. And then I got knocked out at break even, but I ended up losing like 15 points or something because of my fill. So I was like, oh, crap. But I had a winning day on my live account and made some decent money there. So yeah, it's just the trading gods telling me, shouldn't just don't open your chart, idiot. So yeah. Sure didn't, Chris. You didn't trade yesterday? Benton had losses on PAs. Green on evals. Yeah, funny how that works, huh? Will, it is not just you. You've seen my fills. It's the third time now that my fills on Rhythmic have not been very good at all compared to my live. Like, I wouldn't even know if I wasn't trading live, right? I'd just be like, oh, I hit the market because I market orders. I market my orders. So I've always kind of expected not the best fills, you know, maybe a couple points, but I'm getting 15 points off, and like almost consistently. And because I'm trading my live account, like, I know that because I'm hitting, y'all see, like, if you go back and look at any of my videos, because since I display all my accounts here, right, my live, like all of them, and you'll see, I click, I get in, and I'll see on my chart, okay, my live, I'm in, I'm up 10 ticks, 20 ticks, whatever. It's green, right? And I look over, my PAs are negative, like pretty bad. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And you'll see, like, they're just not there, aligned. And then, yeah, that's why I'm like, what is my fills looking like? And I'm like 12, 13, 15 points off. I'm like, it's crazy. Putting in stop orders, yeah. Just be careful um, on that because so that way it doesn't look like you're bracketing, one up, one down. Because it's not like you can tell, but I know if you're using TradingView, um, before sometimes it can look a little confusing. But yeah, I wasn't sure if it was just me or not because y'all have seen mine. And we have to. Oh, you know what? I didn't check to see if there's any other news or like Fed speakers today. We have President Trump speaks at 4:25. So I better get my news feed in my Discord up here in case if he decides to, talk earlier. There we go. Got that up and going. So we did trade up through this 1 hour fair value gap. So I had that one marked because I wanted to see if we are going to get up through it. Um, I'm not too sure, actually. I'm kind of trying to decide when I want to determine if I'm going to be like okay looking for a long or not. We have this Sibby. I'm not worried about this one really, but I'm thinking maybe if we keep going up. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. In 5-6 minutes, we'll get a Bissy here. We're getting close to the Asia high. There's a 15-minute. Let's see. Okay. So basically, this is what I'm going to do. Because I don't want to fall in love with that sell side liquidity, even though I'm like really sure we're going to come get it at some point, doesn't mean it has to be this morning. What I'm going to do, this is a 15-minute chart. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if we're going to get this Bissy here. Okay, in the next 5 minutes. And also I got it, y'all. Sometimes, why would I not be streaming today, Shadow? So basically, sometimes you gotta let the market show its hand, right? So I have this sell side liquidity at 892. I love that sell side liquidity. However, I can't fall in love with it and say we're gonna get there. Because obviously we're pushing up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch in the next 4.5 minutes. If we get this BISI here, it's going to be a key area. In the meantime, I'm going to watch up here where I have this 15-minute fair value gap, Asia high, midnight opening price. I'm going to watch and see if we get through it. And if we sweep it, like meaning we get through it and then come back down, create an inversion, market structure shift to the short side, or if we get through it and displace through it and stay above it, then I'll kind of shift into thinking we could potentially head to previous day high in this 4-hour fair value gap up here. However, if we don't do any of this up here, and then we get this 15-minute BISI, okay, then I'll wait and see. Then I'll see if we head down to it. And from there, do we go long or do we go through it and head to sell side liquidity? So that's what I'm going to be looking at. So it's gonna take a little time to play out this morning. Because if we get through this 15-minute fair value gap, then I could confidently say we're going to head to 892. So that's kind of what I'm going to look for to see how it plays out. So we're close to this area that I'm talking about here. And if we displace up through it and stay above it, then I'll look to continue. So, and if we come up, sweep, market structure shift, displace lower, then I'd be looking for price to come back to this 15-minute one. Once it reaches there, does it go up from there, or do we trade through it and head down here? So that's the game plan for me today. Sometimes it's not very obvious before the market opens, and you got to let the market kind of show you. But what I did have obvious before the open is, of course, these higher time frame imbalances, that the 4-hour fair value gaps, 1 hours, all those, and I had this sell side liquidity. So those were the only really obvious things I had for me, in my opinion. And so I wanted to see what we're going to do at the open. So Shadow, you don't know my rules, that's why. I trade the day of CPI and the day of NFP, but I don't trade the day before, because the day before are the days that are highly manipulated, super high resistance days, and they're prepping the market for those days. So I don't trade the day before. FOMC, I don't trade the day of, because that's an afternoon news, right? So the morning of FOMC is pretty much like the day before CPI and the day before NFP. So that's my rules. And I stole those from ICT. So also I can look at this dealing range here from yesterday's high. It's a big range I can look at here, all the way down to this low. And I can mark it out. Equilibrium is 608.75. This huge gap up. And honestly, there's not a measuring gap right in here. So one thing I can do, if I want to anticipate how much higher this market can go before returning to equilibrium, and it's just a guess, it's never extremely accurate, but it does work out a lot. If I place my fib around the midpoint of that fair value gap there, and I need to tighten this up. I mean, it's a big dealing range. But if I use this right here, I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, you can see that. If I use this, so I took this low way over here. If I use this as a midpoint measuring gap, then the high would be way up here. 25,611. I'm not really anticipating that. That's a really big range there. But I can zoom in to this sell side and this high and see what that's looking like. So I go to this high, see what this dealing range is looking like. And we have equilibrium right here. You can barely see it. It got so many marks on my chart right now. Equilibrium here. So we are in a premium of this previous day high and sell side liquidity. So we are in a premium of that. But yeah, for the moment, I'm just going to stick to that game plan that I mentioned. And it is 9:45. So we do have that 15-minute BISI here. So that is in play. We have not taken these highs. I could, so what I've done in the past, how I used to trade, is because we have this 15-minute BISI there that I believe will come down to. Right here, I could look to trade this fair value gap down to it. But I'm taking too long to make some markings here. So we did trade up in it. There's 70, 62. But there's only, well, $60. There's not a lot of room for me. Basically, that's what I was trying to figure out. So the what's it called? The higher probability trade is not going to be this short. Like I'm pretty sure we're going to get down here to this 15-minute fair value gap. But if I look here, my entry would have to be like right down here where this buy side liquidity was, 59 or so. And let's just look at this. I would target the high of this 15-minute fair value gap. So we're only looking at 25 points. I could put my stop at this swing high for 23, so it's basically a 1-to-1. But to me, that's a low probability trade. If I put it at the fair value gap, it'd be 26 points. If I put it at this swing high, 37 points. Low probability trade, in my opinion. It could work, but I don't like the risk management side of it. So I'd prefer, because I prefer to wait until it hits this and then see what it does, just like I, talked about a minute ago. Even though I'm pretty sure it'll come down to it, but nothing's guaranteed. So if I'm only going to target about 25 points, why do I want to risk 25, 30 when nothing's guaranteed? Doesn't mean it has to come down to it. I'd prefer to wait. Now, obviously, if I took the 1-minute fair value gap without a 15-second confirmation, it's a whole different story there. Because now we're talking 50 points. But, in 30-point stop. Let me just refresh this. Yeah, trading just off the 1 minute, that's gambling. That's for gamblers. We need confirmations around here. And it's very possible. It is very possible we do trade through this 15-minute fair value gap. Like, I'm not looking at this fair value gap as if we are going to go long off of it. Because the sell side liquidity is very, very, very juicy today. However, You know, if I was trading, so basically you can have a 2022 model right here on this, right here. If you were very, very, very convicted of this, you thought the market was bearish, and I mean, this would have been a short right here, and you hold it all the way down to 892. And what does the 2022 model teach you? To take 100, 200 point trades, right? So this is exactly what it would be. However, I don't do that. So I'm looking for my 40 to 60 points. I got a bug in here. There's plenty of shorts in here. I just can't short into a fresh 15-minute BISI. I just can't short right into this. But like probably what Will did is, what'd you say there? 930 levels, your break even? Yeah. So I'm sure once it got into this 15-minute fair value gap, you probably went to break even, I'd imagine. D-Dex. Wait a minute. Is this the Dex that I know? Is that you, Dex? Hey, it is. What's up, Dex? Good to see you. Yeah, Chris, the same Dex you know, the same Dex Shadow knows, I think. Oh, nice. Okay, so yeah, well, Shadow does know him. I don't know who all knows who all the time. Nah, Dex is the man. All right, we are turning around. Look at that. That's why I can't short right into a fresh 15-minute BISI unless if you manage your risk very good. Because there is a chance, so like what Will did, he moved to break even. He had his break even point. He had a plan before, right? So what that did is it allowed him, because this key area that I mentioned, I don't know what we're going to do here, 25,000 to 25,035 roughly. It could have just displaced right through and headed for that sell side liquidity. Had that happen, you'd be in a great position, right? But if not, you're at break even, no harm, no foul, you get out. And then if it does turn around and go long from here, boom, you anticipate it and you're ready to go up through this newly formed buy side liquidity up there where we still have some targets. However, you get out of break even, then you just wait. If we displace lower through it, all right, there's another opportunity to get in, and you can because you had a break even trade. You didn't have a losing trade. Hey, Corey. Got out at the 950 Sibby. Let's see, where's 950? Right here. Okay, nice. Yeah. And look, we're right at the midpoint of this 15-minute fair value gap. Now, this BISI is not one I'm looking to go long off of. Like, I need it to, like, I don't know if you've been watching me enough lately, you know I'm in the prove me business, right? Like, I need the market to prove to me a bunch of things. Especially because the only reason I would have been more likely, well, and like earlier, how I was talking about my game plan, we did not take this area. So we fell short of it. So now I'm kind of like, man, like I need, if I'm going to go long, since we didn't take this area up here, I need some I need to really prove. First of all, I do need it to trade through this, but second of all, like it could use this one, but I need displacement up, and I need it to show me a willingness to go higher because I am, at least for this morning session, more bearish for that sell side liquidity I had. But again, so that's okay. So that's my kind of my rule for myself is I have my target where my highest probability of where I think the market should go, which is 892, and it for the market but like I said, I can't marry that because that used to hurt me in the past where I'm like, I know it's going there no matter what, and any short opportunity I see, I'm shorting, trying to get there, and it might happen later in the morning. It might happen this afternoon, maybe even tomorrow. So for me to change that narrative, I have to set these points of where I'm looking at to tell myself, like, okay, forget this level this morning. We got to go and do something else. So, and that's what this area right here that I mentioned is. Like, I need displacement through it and basically like a reaccumulation above or something, and to show me that we're not going to go back below that before heading up. So, but right now, look how we're overshooting. The wicks do the damage, and the bodies tell the story, right? So look how we're overshooting a lot. This fair value gap, I mean, we shot up, but the bodies it respected. Look at this one here, and we have a volume imbalance there. I'll zoom in here in a second. Give me just a second. If I can grab it. Come on. There we go. See, the body's respecting it. The wicks doing the damage. It's CPI day. I mean, doesn't mean it's going to be pretty. I'm looking for this one to get inverted. If we invert this and trade below it, then I'm probably going to, I'm a higher probability we're going to just get through this 15-minute fair value gap and keep going down. If we get an inversion on this one. Hey, Den. Good morning. Good to see you here. First time here. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all, Will. Like, that's most likely what I'm going to end up doing is waiting to see which of these 15-minute higher time frame fair value gaps we're going to come out of. This one or this one. Dan, how'd you find me? Was it just YouTube or was it any of my social media? Just curious. And also, pretty much what I focus around here is a lot of education. A lot of education. I like to teach what I know. I don't claim to be the best or perfect, but I whatever nuggets I can throw out there, I do. I preach discipline, patience, good trading. So, and also people in the chat, same thing. We're all feeding off each other. We do the same in the Discord. I have a Discord as well. That link is in the description. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Been following a couple years. All right, look, here comes some. Well, if you've been following me for a couple years now, were you following me whenever I was trading the Apex sniper system, or have I been did I ever talk about that when you were following me, or no? Because I've been trading ICT concepts for about 3 years now, actually. I think, yeah. All right, so we're back up here. I don't care about this one. We did invert this one. Create an inversion there. And let's see if we get a BISI here. Now again, I'm probably not going to go long here yet. What I would like to see, here's the problem though. With this one here, oh, it's 10 a.m. now. We're getting some 10 a.m. volatility coming in. I don't know if I like this yet because we haven't taken this area. And also, here's the second part. If we trade up through it and come back to it, then it kind of invalidates what I said about going long because I wanted to see it stay above here to go long. So, I have to wait a little bit and let this play out. Okay, now we're doing a run here. So now, let's see. Is this going to be a stop run? Or are we going to do a run where we keep going? Or is this going to be a sweep? So we'll see here pretty soon. Oh, cool. Very cool, Dan. So I did switch over off the sniper system if you've seen any of my other content. And I do have a video of why, actually. And it has nothing to do with the Apex sniper system. Great system. I liked it. I did very well on it. It was just, yeah, I have a whole video on that on my channel. It's more me. It's me, not them. All right, so, man, to be honest, y'all, I'm still very cautious of going long right now. Because this is looking like a stop run. Just being honest. Because I know we're going to get this pissy right here. And I do like that. So if we can get a confirmation out of this, we may keep going. But if this becomes an inversion, then we're heading way down. So let's see. Let me see if I can get a confirmation out of it. I am going to be cautious, though. But this is also another reason that the 1 minute, the 15-second confirmation is amazing. Because if this is going to be a stop run and we're going to head down, this fair value gap will get inverted. Like, no doubt, it will get inverted. If not, and we're going to be bullish and head to previous day high in this 4-hour fair value gap up here, then it's going to hold and we should get a confirmation out of it. Yeah, it's going to be a big stop loss if you go long, that's for sure. So this is actually where you can wait for a second change in the state of delivery on the 15-second out of this. Don't you think, Will? However, if it gives you one and just rockets up there, then you risk missing. But look at this. That's exactly what I was afraid of right here, of going long. And also, there was no confirmation anyways. If this becomes an inversion right here, I think we're just going to go. Yes, we still have this one. Yes, we still have this one. But I don't care about these ones, to be honest, if this gets inverted. Because this should not become an inversion if it's going to keep going up. Well, we still have 20. It's still not inverted yet. So it did tap this one. It's not an inversion yet, so we'll see. But then you have a potential higher, a bearish breaker potentially setting up because you have this high, low, higher high. And if we do come down and take this low, that's a big old bearish breaker there. But let's see. We hit this lower one. We may come out of it. We have a little sibby here. So let's see. Be patient, though. Be patient. I do like the movement, though. I like that it's giving me something to read, that it's moving, that we're not stuck in like a little zone. So I like it. I was not streaming yesterday. I didn't stream yesterday. Shadow. Oh, Oh, today. I don't know why I read yesterday. You said I came here today to watch your 15 saw your stream. Oh, gotcha. I don't know. I don't know why I saw yesterday. Okay, now I want to see that little Sibby on the 1 minute get inverted. But yeah. Or just watch it later in the day when you're not trading. So we may have a little change. I don't know if y'all can see that green line very well. I was trying to mess with the color into a color that I haven't really used. Orange? I guess orange. So I'll see if this holds. And then if we get another change in the state delivery above it. So I pinned that link because I do have this page here that I made. I do have some videos on trading prop firms and how to pass evals and manage risk management and stuff like that. But especially for any of you other, like any newer people watching this, or if you're watching the replay, hit that link there. I put together this little page and guide that you'll get emailed on how to pass and trade prop firms successfully. All right, so it's not looking like. Oh wait, we did get the inversion. All right, let's go back to the 1 minute here. Yeah, so we got that inversion. I don't think we go up. Even with these here, I'm waiting now for displacement lower. So I honestly don't even care about these anymore. And honestly, I don't really care about this 15-minute fair value. I do, but I don't. And I'm going to remove it because I hate so much on my chart. But I do know I'm just going to keep in mind, it's there all the way to 25,000. So we have this inversion. I'm not going to take this inversion today. It's not one I'm really confident in. Sorry about the yawning there. To trade. However, if we are going to go down, we should not go back above it. But I do want to see displacement with a SIBI in it to go short. So be patient. Now, it hasn't been looking like a high resistant day, but the 950 macro did not deliver to sell side or below those key areas, above or below those key areas that I had, right? Because, actually, technically, yes, it did deliver above. So my point is, but it hasn't given me what I wanted for a trade during the 950 macro. So maybe it waits until 1050 macro, which I can't. I wish I could stream that long. I just can't. So, but I will, I would be open to taking a trade up until 11 a.m. But I just can't stream until then, unfortunately. Not right now, anyways. And look at the 15-minute now. Look at the wick. Like, remember, if we are going to be bearish, we should go up first. So we did run up, and now look at this long potential rejection wick right here. All right, we have 4 minutes. If this closes below this midnight opening price, Asia high, like this area that I had, that key area, then even more sign we may be coming down to that sell side liquidity. And like I said, I really like that sell side liquidity. It's just internally, I'm trying to fight, not marrying it. Because the when it gets there is important, and it's always the hardest. Like, I know it's going to get there. I know without a shadow of a doubt it's going to go to 892. But when is always the hardest thing. So and now we just have to wait. But see, that's, to me, here, let me get rid of this. Could y'all see this green line? Because I liked the green for me because it stands out, so I can see it better. But I don't know if on the stream y'all can see it good, or if it's like too bright. Or, let's see. This green, what can y'all see better? This green or this orange? Probably the orange, huh? What's easier to see, I guess? But that orange will mix with my London low, well, or my London range, but anyways, I was gonna say that's why that's a big reason. That's also why I love trading this way. I love framing out the market. I love anticipating things, having key areas of interest or key areas where I want to see what price does, having specific targets where I'm highly basically like really believe the market's going to get there. And then what that does, it allows me to sit back and wait, right? And not be stressed, not be like, oh, what's going on? Is it going to go here? Why is it doing this? Or what's happening? You frame it out. You have expectations. You anticipate. You execute if it falls in line. And then you accept the outcome. It's really that simple. And I got to remind myself, you got to remind yourself to keep it simple, right? And it's just when we get in the moment, that's when we get stupid. That's when I get stupid. Oh, crap. Or you get a tech error, or you lose on a winning trade because you got a 15-point bad fill on rhythmic. Like all these little things. So like that's what we really I feel, that's why I truly believe if you have at least the mental capability to get, you know, like as a high schooler, then you can successfully trade. Even though we know the probability like 90% fail, but it's because of all these things that I'm talking about. Like it's not because trading itself is actually hard. We make it harder than it needs to be. I think we'll never be able to truly like get rid of that. We just have to manage it. You know, like I said the other day, we manage your emotions, manage all those things, and just the brain, like the psychology, you just have to constantly make that on the forefront of your awareness. You have to, because if you're not thinking about it, that's when you could spiral. That's when you could tilt. Like, that's when I do it. That's when most people do it. All the psychology books I've read talks about that. So it's like, yeah, exactly. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Orange, but there is another orange line. So, yeah, that was I got this London range as my orange one. So, yeah, we'll keep it, We'll keep it this green here. As long as you can see it, that's all I care about. Maybe I'll do this color. All right. Come on, displacement. So right now it is this inversion is holding. So good sign so far. We might be creating the market structure on the long side up here. So this could be. I need to keep this. Here we go again, right? I talk about this a lot. A long-term high protected. Then we have this high, which we'll see. There's no fair value gaps in here yet. So it's not really. We have a short-term high here. Let's see if this becomes an intermediate term high. And if so, we may see another short-term high develop somewhere and then displacement. But if we displace now, we could displace now, but I don't love the market structure yet. I think we'll see one more pullback first, like that, to create another short-term high, and then displacement with a fair value gap. So let's see. Make it thicker. Well, I don't want to make it too thick because I want to see, like, whenever I drop, I use that line for the 15-second confirmation. So if I'm and that confirmation is precise to the tick. So if I make it too thick, I might miss a tick. That's kind of. So we do have a little sibby right here. It's not one I'm shorting, but we could, if we develop a swing inside there, that would be an intermediate term high. And if you have an intermediate term high below a short term high, that's a market structure shift. Yeah. Benton, that 15-minute wick candle closed, and it closed below that area that I wanted to see it stay above if I was going to believe we're going long. So I'm still, for now, under the bias of going short and aiming for 892. If y'all don't mind, while we're sitting here, y'all hitting that thumbs up. If you appreciate the stream, I'm getting a lot of subscribers. I'm getting not as many viewers, which is fine. I'm not in it for that, but I would like to see more subscribers watch, and I do know a lot more people do watch after the stream, but still, hit that like button, please. All right. Not loving, like I said, I'm not loving this market structure right now. But let's see if we get if we develop this swing, like I said, that could be our new short-term high, although I don't love it. And this could be our intermediate term high, and this would be short-term high. I don't love how close it got, but hey, if we get it, so basically we need this candle to close, and then we need one more minute for this to remain a swing. And if that happens, then I'll be looking for displacement after that, within 3 or 4 bars after that. So now we need this candle. We have 1 minute for this to become a swing. right here. And if that happens, then like I said, within, it can happen the very next bar, but at least within 3 or 4 bars, displacement down. And that's how I anticipate the when I look at the market structure. Even though I'm not loving this structure here. Because what I mainly like to see is I like to see like a long-term high come down, short-term high, then intermediate term high, short-term high, displacement. Like more, because see this intermediate term high potential? See, we got that now, but I like it to be up higher, or if it's not higher and he needs to be inside of fair value gap, and it's neither of those. So that's why I'm not loving it. But we'll see now. We got this one. So this, the candle number 1 after this turned into a swing. So within 2 to 3 more candles, I want to see displacement down. Anytime between now and 2 and 3 more candles. And if it takes longer than that, then it's going to be showing signs of high resistance. But for sure, I definitely want to see all these swings protected now. So basically, I'm going to highlight this candle. 1, 2, 3. So I want to see within the candles within this. I close 1, 2, 3. The candles within this box here displace before they get outside of that box. Displace lower. See, if he keeps doing that, then I don't like it, because it could be showing some higher resistance. So within this candle and one more candle, I need that displacement. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. But you see how it's not me making this up. It's not me just like getting lucky, because I've done this many times on the stream where I'm basically calling out when exactly displacement should happen. And that's precision that ICT teaches if you study the crap out of what he teaches. And this is why, look at that. It's not me, it's the concepts. It's the concepts. So like, this is why when I started really diving into these concepts, I can't deny. I just, no matter what anybody says about ICT, where he got them, how he did it, whether there's an algorithm, whatever, I just couldn't deny what I was learning. I mean, I just can't. I just can't deny it. So if we get this displacement here, get this fair value gap, this is one I'm looking to short. Now, keep in mind, we're still in that 15-minute fair value gap, so it might not be the easiest trade down, but I don't even care if I get trades anymore. Like I do, obviously, but to me, it's just so amazing. And it's not me saying like I'm amazed at me. It's the concepts that I'm amazed at, y'all. Like I'm just amazed at it. So now I'm waiting to come back up in here. And actually, to be honest, any fair value gap down, any SIBI, I'm going to be looking for a confirmation in. Now, I will look for a low hanging fruit target just because, if I do get an entry, just because, like, even though I have 892 as a target, like, I'm not going to aim for it because I want my low hanging fruit. And like I say, nothing's guaranteed. It's not guaranteed it's going to get all the way down there. And the other thing is, I don't like giving back. So let's say I get into an entry, I'll probably have a target of like this low or this fair value gap or something. Because what can happen is it could get down there, hit it, pull all the way back somewhere, and like those are the type of things like I just want my profit. So like, cause typically don't always just go straight down to there, right? So like I can't typically handle just my personality being up, say 200 ticks, pull back 100 on me, and like I just can't I can't do that. But know your personality. Know your personality. Some people can sit through it. Some people can stomach it. Some people like, hey, whatever. It can go 200 points in my favor, or say 50, 60, 70 points in my favor, and pull back to break even, and I'm 100% okay with it. Not me. I can't do that. So I am watching here to see if we get a Sibby. I'm going to pre-market. And I know it's not there yet, but 994, about a 6 point. Obviously, the lower we get, though, I'll target lower. Okay, so we didn't get that one. So now I might have to wait for it to come up here. This is where you gotta have patience. Don't get FOMO. It could definitely keep going and me not get anything. I'm okay with that. Now, on the flip side here, as it's pulling back, watch for a BISI to form, right? If we get a BISI, even if we hit this, I will wait for it to trade back through that and invert it. And that's where I would likely take an inversion. Just have patience, patience, patience. Now, we still have 50 seconds before this. this becomes a BISI, so we could get an immediate rebalance. But we never touched this one up here. We're still inside this 15-minute fair value gap, by the way, because the low of it was at 25,999. But it did trade all the way through it, so we're good there. But we are going to get this BISI. So opposing fair value gaps here. Right? So now, even though I think we're going to still come down, when it hits this, I can't go short yet. I'm not going to go short. I got to see if it comes back and trades through this one. I need this one to become an inversion. If this becomes an inversion, then there's nothing to stop us from getting way down. And then that'll give me extreme confidence we are going to keep going down. So I want to see this become an inversion here. Yes, 24,999. Because I was going to say 25,000, but I was like 25 and then 999. So it was like split, but it sounded like I said 25,999. All right, so let's see. Come on down, create an inversion here. Close. Might get another little sibby in here. See, this is an this inversion I'll take if we pull back into it. So see if I get an entry. Hey, and if I don't get an entry, I don't get an entry, but I think there's there's plenty of room to get one. So I have 100 more points down to go. Maybe. This one up here, this fair value gap was the fair value gap to short, but I wanted to wait for this one to get inverted first. Come on, don't run away. And it might, come on. There's another little bitty 15-minute BISI right here, so maybe it holds it up to push it back up so I can get an entry. So we did take this little bit of... Oop. see what we do here. So if I get a short here, I'm going to put my stop at the high, or I'm sorry, the low of this 1 minute fair value gap. And the reason why is because if we do come down below it and trade lower, then I don't want to see us come back into that fair value gap again. At the moment, we look like we're coming all the way up into this higher one. We got to watch. We might get another Bissy in here. Trading all the way up into these imbalances that we had. This could be a bearish order block, so we'll see if we stay around the midpoint of it. Yeah, it's definitely showing some high resistance. So, and I do need to hop off here in a minute. So it looks like we are going to close up here. Man, I need it to really come back down below. See, we got another Bissy right here. Now, if this one gets inverted up here and we trade up through this high, we could have a bullish breaker and it mess everything up. Low, high, lower, low, higher, high, and these inversions would be golden inversions to go up. So, anyways. Yeah. So that's what I'd watch for. I do have to hop off though. So continuing short, I got to see this become traded through and become an inversion. Going long, I got to really see that it's going to show that it's going to trade above this and keep going. So that's pretty much what I look for. But anyways, yeah, unfortunately, I got to hop off here. It's past my 10:30 time. And that's what I look for. But if this thing just keeps going, there were some good opportunities in there, but not quite aligned for how I look for my entries. So it is what it is. If I get something between now and 11, maybe I'll just kind of be watching it on the side. But I got to have a hard cutoff at 11. So, all right, y'all. Have a great rest of your day. I'll be here tomorrow. Be patient. Don't get caught in these like nasty little pullbacks and stuff. Keep a tight stop probably today. But anyways, hope you have a great day. Stay patient. And as always, trade well, everybody. Take care.